Client feedback and collaboration. This is the part of a relationship with your clients where things can get hairy, and unfortunately it's hard to put your ego and pride aside and just understand that they are right because it's their company. You're going to give your input, but ultimately they are right. And we want to find solutions that work both ways, but most of the time it's going to lean towards what they want. And you just got to be okay with that. And don't even make it seem like you're just okay with it. Like you're really helping them and you're working with them, making it the best product possible, right? So feedback is one of the best ways to build trust too. So you want to show clients they're heard and improve deliverables, strengthen partnerships. Acknowledging feedback validates the client's role as a key partner. So these are things that I kind of just talked about. These are just some examples of how to invite feedback effectively. So does this align with your vision so far? Asking questions to make it feel proactive. Make sure that you're inviting feedback effectively. Be proactive. Bring up concerns. Ask for their input. Does this align with your vision so far? Set parameters. So guide feedback with clear questions. Are there specific elements? Does the pacing of the video? So you're almost getting ahead and pointing out things that you might be concerned about, or things that you might know that they already don't like or want to. You're trying new things, right? So you're gonna get ahead of those things and set parameters on like what they're going to give feedback on. And then express openness. Let them know that we are always open to feedback. We want your feedback. In fact, tell us what you want to change. So we want to always acknowledge the feedback. Thanks so much for sharing your thoughts in the video. Love getting your feedback. And they're gonna be like, oh, sweet, you've already set up, this is great. So when you say visuals need to feel more dynamic, are you referring to the transitions or the overall composition? We can explore more dynamic transitions to enhance the flow while keeping the original tone intact. So you can kind of see like I'm being very polite, I'm being very nice, and then follow through. We've adjusted the transitions as discussed and uploaded the revised versions for review. Those are just some examples that you can use when you're moving forward. So turning feedback into opportunities. This is opportunities to build trust. Also an opportunity to exceed expectations. So finding the positive intent. Even difficult feedback is often has a goal behind it, like improving the outcome or addressing a concern. Look for the underlying intent and align it with your expertise. Highlight changes to add value. So for example, we adjusted the music to match your preferred tone, creating a more upbeat feel that aligns with your brand. I learned this through working at Nomadic. One of the founders was very particular with music, and we would change music over and over and over. Not once would I ever comment or put him down for wanting to change the song. Even though it was affecting the work I had to do, it was all about just, hey, you're right, still not it. And then when you find it, it's like they're so grateful that you just dealt with them and did what they want, and ultimately everyone's happy in the end. So when you start to work with clients, you start to understand themes and what they like and what they don't like. So use feedback to anticipate future needs. Something I really do is when I'm communicating is just sound like a friend talking to a friend. We want to be professional, but we don't want to sound fake. Another thing is to mirror how clients respond. If they use emojis, use emojis. If they use exclamation points, match their energy with exclamation points. I always try to be a little above it if they're too dull in their writing. So if they're just using periods and it sounds quiet, at least that's how I read it, I'll just maybe do exclamations. But if they're doing exclamations, maybe I'll add emojis. So it's just always being a little bit more than they are. So collaborating while maintaining creative control. This is what, like, we want to be creative and we want to have control. We also need to learn how to collaborate. So setting expectations early. For example, we'll integrate your input while ensuring the final product aligns with your storytelling expertise. So it's like we're acknowledging what they like and what we're going to do. Definitely offer options. We can make the edits you suggested, or try a middle ground approach that keeps the focus on the story arc. So, and then obviously educate the client. This is huge. Like they may just not understand something, or they might not understand a creative choice that you use. So go take that opportunity to communicate with them why you did what you did. If they don't like it, change it. No big deal. Okay, this is the hard one. Handling difficult feedback. We will all go into it. You'll make this amazing edit with music, and then all of a sudden they're like, we don't like the music, and it's going to change the whole cut. These are some ideas to help with those situations. Stay calm and professional, always. In fact, I don't know how many times I've written a text or an email in response to someone that maybe is a little bit harsh, and I delete it. Write it down, delete it. don't ever send it, because an hour will go by and you'll regret it. I promise. It has happened to me so many times. So definitely make them validate the concern. So I understand why you feel the tone is too formal, and I appreciate your honesty. Like, just thank them for giving their feedback. A lot of the times it can be as simple as, awesome, I'll get going on those changes. Boom, with like a exclamation point, smiley face. Like, not even a smiley face. That might feel a little bit like arrogant, like whatever. Offer constructive responses. We can adjust the tone to make it more conversational. Let me provide a sample of revision. So then it's like, hey, here's an example of what you're thinking. Let me know if this is what you're thinking. And then obviously know when to stand firm. That's a tough one, but there are going to be times where, and this goes all the way back to onboarding clients. You want to make sure these are people you want to work with, and you'll run into people that work within the company at times that you just don't quite jive with. And sometimes you just got to stand firm and express your opinion, but still be polite. So for an example, while I understand the request is to add more text, it might make the visuals feel cluttered. Let's discuss an alternative. I definitely want to find a solution. Great response for how to actually handle those things when things just, when they come kind of hard. But going back to what I talked about in the last section is be nice, always be enthusiastic, smile, send emojis, exclamation points, just be nice. And if you feel like being mean, take a deep breath, don't send the text, don't send the email, delete it, and send it again and sound happy.